While Martha's Vineyard is a beautiful place for any family reunion, there is something particularly poignant about the 3 generations of Wittes family artists reunited here in an exhibit at the Martha's Vineyard Museum. Titled Generations, A Legacy of Art and Culture, it features work greatly influenced by the family's Aquinnah Wampanoag roots.
My mom was born here. I was born in Boston, but this is home. Donald Wittes, artist.
The exhibit includes this 15-minute video highlighting the beauty and craftsmanship of this wampum belt, handmade by Wittes and the centerpiece of the exhibit.
This is Masha, who was the hero in the creation tale.
The belt tells the story of creation, the first contact with European settlers, and of promises made and broken.
Any knowledge that comes from that is through my have an opportunity to say, you know, this is more than just a bead. I have to make this belt speak.
To get to the heart of Wittes' work, we travel to the heart of the tribal land of the Wampanoag of Gayhead, Aquinnah. For Wittes, these cliffs and the waters below not only provide the material for his art, but a connection to an ancestral power that is his inspiration.
All our relations, the trees, the animals, the people, but also the rocks, they are the ancestors. They contain the essence of those that have gone before us. People that come here, tourists, don't know exactly why they stare at these clay cliffs and have this feeling, but that's the power that's in those cliffs.
As the crow flies 30 miles north in Dartmouth,
I have to do a lot of scrubbing usually.
Another artist is hard at work.
My name is Elizabeth James Perry, and I'm a member of the Wampanoag tribe of Gayhead, Aquinnah. The quahog is a bivalve. It's a marine clam. It's slow growing. When you look at the back of these shells, you can count some of the major growth rings. So I might be cutting into shells that are 75 years old or more.
While Perry is trained as a marine biologist, her passion for quahogs isn't purely scientific. For more than 30 years, she has been transforming their shells into jewelry, a practice whose native roots span back millennia.
I like my pieces to have depth, and I like also to preserve the curvature of the shell. Gradually kind of sculpt away the areas to realize the shape of the fluke or the head of the whale and things like that.
Her work is award-winning. Her technique on display in this Mass Cultural Council video, a masterclass in harnessing nature's beauty into art.
I think by getting out there and doing and having some kind of relationship with the land, you really get to experience the full beauty of it. And so if you're out there early season, figuring out where the milkweed is growing, looking for a different natural dye, the interplay of the texture of the fibers and the colors that I get from natural dyes with the texture and the patterning on the shell itself, it kind of creates a richer story for each piece, I think, for me personally. I really enjoy that.
Beautiful, and as a young boy, back to Donald Wittes, he remembers setting up a roadside table with his mother and grandmother, selling native arts to tourists.
And today his work and that of his family is celebrated at the Martha's Vineyard Museum. Well done.
All right, still ahead, keeping tribal culture alive.